After the question was posed, he took a moment to think. His hand grasped his chin, the fingers reaching up gently to stroke his mustache in thought before speaking.
My family lineage is complicated. On one hand, I come from a family of distinguished blacksmiths, appraisers, and artists. The other side includes scholars, guardians of the natural world, and protectors of Veridi's order. The two sides, due to cultural differences, are opposites.
He continued before another moment of pause.
Both of them value legacy. It's different how they do. Dwarves show off the bounty of creation for all to see, but the elves keep what is sacred to themselves and their communities.
He has a slight chuckle before recalling a memory.
Mother's side never got quite used to father's dinner boasting about me and himself. But as for myself, as you had asked, I think it's wise to make an impact on this world that can change it for the better, no matter how big that impact is, even if it's just making someone else smile. I'm of the belief that it matters.
Rary takes a moment to comprehend Mordenkainen's words, nodding along as he carefully explains his own culture.
See, my friend. I've been asking around about this to others. What we do is dangerous work. So in case something bad happens, I wish to be respectful to their cultures and wants.
Mordenkainen cocks an eyebrow as Rary continues.
If you end up dying, what would you want me to do for your grave?
Mordenkainen takes another brief spell to stroke his mustache. His piercing eyes close for a minute as a soft hum comes from him. He states softly,
I never have given it much thought. Although I suppose most people don't think about their death until it's near. If I had to choose, I think a feast in my honor would be nice, with speaking of the good, the bad, and the ugly with me. My casket need not be buried too deep, but I would like it deep enough for flowers to root. Forget-me-nots seem fitting.
His eyes open and look back to Rary. He grabs his staff and steadies himself up as he goes to stand by the window to look out upon the rising sun. His eyes flick back in Rary's direction as he queries,
You.
Rary stutters for a moment. Mordenkainen's gaze, due to his intimidating face, has always flustered him.
Pardon?
Mordenkainen reiterates.
In the case of your death, do you have any requests? I figured you'd have an answer yourself, since you're asking.
Rary smiles wryly as he appreciates the gesture.
I see. I suppose I've been asking so much that I hadn't really thought about it myself. I don't know too much about what my people did for death. We mimic our whole lives to survive. Maybe we should do so in death, too. Maybe something like you, then. It sounds nice.
A soft chuckle breaks through the air as Belkarin makes her way down the stairs and into the commons area of Castle Mordenkainen. Always a braggart, aren't you, Morty? And rubbing off on poor Rary, too. Leave it to a woman of proper class to orchestrate your death days. She goes to take a breath in to speak again, but is cut off by Mordenkainen.
I suppose I'll have to ask Gelati then, since I've nary seen a woman of class around nowadays.
She gasps dramatically. I am appalled, Mordenkainen Tyrell. You dare say I'm of no class at all? Mordenkainen shakes his head with a soft laugh. Rary giggles.
I think you all have rubbed off on me in various ways, Big V. I think my life has been changed for the better knowing you all.
He stifles a snicker as he jokes.
Class or no class included.
Yet, as he snapped back to the moment, his breath was heavy. Sweat dripped from his brow as the panic properly set in. He sees her, Jihe, standing there above the remains of 3 corpses. She takes her hand back from Belkarin's neck. Her head drops slightly and shakes to Mordenkainen. Her tone was solemn as she spoke.
Their lives are forfeit, unfortunately. I could attempt to utilize the winds of fate, but I believe it's far too late even if I did try.
He coughed, feeling what he had eaten earlier rose in his throat as he dropped to his knees, heaving and hawking up what remained. The woman of the eastern winds walked over to him and patted his back as the chunks left his mouth. She offered him her handkerchief to clean his face and clothing, his eyes wet with tears as they fell to the ground. He took a few moments to compose himself, the members of the Final Word discussing amongst themselves about the incident as he sat there, crying. He eventually got up with the assistance of Jihe, looking over the corpses of Belkarin, Tensor, and Autoluke. His words were caught in his throat, but he gently reached down and placed copper pieces over each of their eyes. He coughed out.
Rest easy, Brent. You will not be forgotten, nor shall your sacrifices be in vain.
He looks to the bodies again, then to the ones that remain, and he can't help but take note of Rary being missing too, taken over by the demon lord Baskara to become his new host body. Yet now he sits there before the graves settled on the remnants of Castle Mordenkainen. He doesn't know why he's here. His beard has gotten long and gnarly. He doesn't take care of himself as well these days, and he doesn't know where he is. What he does know is that his name is Mordenkainen, and he felt the need to visit this old castle grounds that have laid dormant for many years. In his hands he holds blue 5-petaled flowers with a yellow center. He reads over the names of those there and then stops at the last grave. He mutters,
Very Ketavon, a brave soul who sacrificed it all for others. His body may not rest here, but his legacy will forevermore. Enjoy Elysium, friend.
He coughs for a moment, brushing his hand through his greasy and brittle hair, and says,
Hope you don't mind if I rest here with you all.
He lays down in the grave lot, settling the flowers on the ground before the tombstone and resting for the night. Come the morning, he has left the property, but in his stead, the blue flowers remain on each grave of the fallen. But come the evening that follows, someone else sits amongst the lot. An alabaster hand with sharp digits reaches out and grasps onto one of the delicate flowers. They softly clutched it for a moment before putting it back into their hair.
I'm glad you remembered.
He then gets up, taking a moment to appreciate what remained of the area surrounding. And then Baskara vanished from the grounds.